Good afternoon, everyone. It's Stephen and Paul from WinExtra bringing you your daily brief for February 22nd, 2011. 99. One more to go.
99, one more to go, and we will have done a ton, literally ton of these shows. That is, that's a scary thought, really. I think that we've gone through all that.
Yeah, 100 shows.
100 days of getting on camera here with you. It's disturbing.
Oh, you think it's any easier on this side?
It's a thing of nightmares.
Yeah, but at least now, you know how we're saying by 100 we might actually have the process down.
Process down where the show goes up.
Yeah,
the show's recorded, the audio is right, the video is right, it goes up to YouTube and iTunes and Blip and the site and everywhere in one fell go without too many mishaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Just because we've said this now at the start of the show, it won't work, right?
Yeah. Well, at least we aren't a couple in Sweden who had the police knock down.
At least we aren't a couple. Yes, exactly.
Yes. But apparently, I guess a couple were playing Kinect in Sweden. They're one of the boxing ones. And they ended up having the police knocking down the door because they got a tip there was a murder going on.
Dude, seriously? Can nosy feckin' neighbors please stop staring in people's windows?
Well, there were drapes up, but they were going by the shadows.
They were going by the shadows, so they could have been playing Kinect. Or they could have been playing on the Wii. It's all much of the sameness. And I'm like, feck off, you nosy bastards. I mean, how would you like to be sitting there playing your Kinect, the next thing you have a bunch of fucking cops coming in, kicking your door in, and turning up to arrest you? Thinking that you're a murderer.
God,
this would bring a whole new level to, you know, do video games turn us into murderers and maniacs?
Yeah, exactly. We have proof now. Yeah, I roared when I saw that one come in late last night. It was just like, oh my God, that's just too funny.
My question should be, what was that person doing? Looking in the window, even through the drapes, right? And you would think, if they're going to make a call about domestic abuse, they might just get a little bit closer to the house and see whether or not anybody was screaming, maybe. You know? Because if two people are standing up and it looks like they're duking it out, well, there's going to be noise to that effect.
Yeah.
Whereas if you come up and somebody's playing Kinect, you're going to hear this happy music and laughter and, you know? Put your ear to the door maybe before before thinking the worst.
Then
again, somebody's going to give out to me now and say, well, God, if people did that, then the woman could be beaten up. And really, seriously?
Shut up. Yeah. The big news, I guess, for the majority of people, not counting those who've already downloaded it by other methods, Windows 7 Service Pack 1 is now available for everybody.
All right, I just went into Windows Update prior to recording the show, and there was nothing in there for me except the Silverlight update.
The download is an ISO.
It's not being pushed through Windows Update?
I don't know.
It has to be pushed through Windows Update.
Maybe that's going to come, next day or two, but right now you can download it, but it's an ISO file, which means for most people, this is going to be a pointless exercise because they'll take one look at it. Well, now what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, well, it's not only that, but, okay, based on knowledge that it's an ISO, then it's probably like 600 megs of stuff that you do not need.
That's right. The only thing new is what the remote FX for.
Yeah, but that's not for Windows 7. That's for Server 2008. Or
no,
2.
that's in the Windows 7.
That's not Windows 7. I know I've been saying the last couple of shows it has been, but I did a little reading into it this morning. It's not for Windows 7 as far as I know. But anyway, generally for most Windows 7 users, this is just a security. It's just a cumulative patch of security updates. So if you've been keeping your Windows 7 up to date, there's no point in going away and downloading this.
No.
Wait for it to come through Windows Update. Otherwise, you'll end up downloading something 600 megs to install 15.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, I did see come by on Twitter that when you, like after you've burned it, which is what you have to do, you burn it to DVD, is you don't click on the setup exe, because that'll start the download from the web, where you have to go into your specified folder for, the platform.
All right, this is starting to sound seven kinds of convoluted and bullshit.
Well, that's what's there.
Service packs come through Windows Update.
Yeah, I know.
So look, folks, avoid all that BS.
Yeah, save yourself.
Make sure your Windows Update is running and leave it at that. Okay.
Windows 8. It looks like we have a sort of unofficial roadmap.
Where did this come out of? Who got hold of this?
Mary Jo Foley. She was given an image from an internal slide deck.
Mm-hmm.
So she's fairly certain of its authenticity.
Okay. Well, if you're looking at this, those of you who are watching it on the video podcast and not joining us by audio, on screen right now, you should be able to see the roadmap. And it's amazing how quickly they have planned from going from milestone 2 to milestone 3. I mean, according to this roadmap, milestone 3 coding begins in 6 days.
Yeah. There's also a rumor flowing we could see a beta at PDC.
That will be September?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that will be 5 months out. Well, considering they did milestone 2 in 5 months,
yep,
according to this graphic anyway,
yeah,
that would be plausible. Doubtful, but plausible.
Well, you got to remember, Sinofsky's in charge of this now, and he doesn't mess around. When he puts down a timetable, you can be guaranteed almost 100% that it's going to be stuck to. He built his reputation on Office, and it always rolled out on time. Always. Yeah,
but there's a difference between Office and this, and that difference is that this requires a lot more testing because it's complete operating.
Yeah, but Windows 7 was his baby as well.
I know, Windows 7.
So
I will leave it in the plausible category for September. Plausible.
Okay, all right, and I'll go with you on that one. The next post we had up was we referred to this yesterday when Paul was giving me a hard time over the fact of, what I thought about the Kinect SDK for general use. Kit Dotson, who's actually a writer over at SiliconANGLE, he wrote a post, Microsoft's Kinect SDK could open the door for a PC App Store.
PC App Store.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we're not going to see one?
How do you make the jump of logic from Kinect SDK to App Store? Because trust me, I looked at this story. This entire jump of logic is based on an anonymous comment that was left by an anonymous commenter that said, time for an App Store.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that existing platforms like Game for Windows would make more sense as to why there's a possibility of an app store? Mm-hmm. Because you have existing software that you can purchase games through, you can downloads and install.
There's also the Zune Marketplace,
and so how I really think that this was somebody looking with a hard on for a headline. Right? Because the logic jump isn't there. That's like saying, okay, the any software development kit, App Store.
Yeah.
That's the leap of logic. This is somebody with a hard on for a headline. How can I make it interesting that the SDK is out, besides the fact that Microsoft have talked about possible medical usage, which we talked about before? So how can I get this to the attention of people? Oh yes, I'll put the words App Store into the title. And how do I make that logic jump? Ooh, an anonymous comment. It probably was the anonymous commenter. I mean, Okay, probably wasn't, but, you know,
Yeah.
this is a stretch.
Yeah.
You know, this is like the... You know, this is like the fellow who goes into the pharmacy and really wants to impress somebody, so he ends up buying like Magnum-sized condoms, and then has to tie knots in them before he can wear them. You know, this is kind of that approach to headline writing.
Okay. Yesterday we told you about the fact that there was an update for the updater for Windows Phone 7 that was coming out.
Okay, so there was an update for the updater for the platform that has never been updated, and now the update for the updater is not working for some people, so they have to wait for the update to the updater to be updated and released again in 3 days' time.
Yeah.
Have I got that right? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Some people with Samsung phones.
Apparently, it's just two models.
Yeah, they're the ones using the i9 and the JJ4 firmware are having this problem. So from what we've read, at least here in the US, that update has been stopped. It's not being rolled out anymore. So those of you who have it are being told, A, not to update, B, not to try reapplying the update to the update, but to wait for 3 days' time when your phone will get a new update notification to tell you to try reapplying the new update for the update to the update system before you can get the first actual update, no-do, in a couple of weeks' time. Only Microsoft! Seriously? Only Microsoft.
What the other thing too is that those that have been affected by it, like, because it seems to be varying degrees of bricking.
Yeah.
Some are they can still use the phone, but the updater's sort of stuck at the 100% mark. Others, their phone is totally bricked, and what they're saying to those people is just take it back to your carrier and get a new phone.
Yeah.
So.
And again, this is only a very small selection of Samsung users. Although that was the baby model, that was the.
To be honest, did we really expect this thing to go off without any hitches whatsoever?
Well, I thought the hitch was that on a phone that has never been updated, they had to release an update to the updater before they could release the first update. Not that they'd now have to release an update to the update for the updater before you can receive your first update. How many times have we said update in this show? How many times have I said update?
I lost count.
Email us and let us know at podcast@WinExtra.com.
Or you can leave us a message at... Have you got it memorized yet?
They can leave us a message at 251-281-8730.
Or you can leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. Vote us up.
Yeah, but you know what? You missed the story, Hudson.
I did not. I've got them all.
You did.
What was the story?
Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Update.
It's an update day. Yes. But on that note, folks, vote us up on YouTube. We love you when you do it. Drop by Blip TV and search for Win Extra Daily Brief, or iTunes and search for Daily Brief.
Win Extra on iTunes.
Yeah, we can be found. And so on that note, I'm Steve. That's Paul. This has been.
Let us know how your updates go.
Yeah. This has been Daily Brief for February 22nd, 2011. Have a great update day, folks.
Have a good one.